Okay, hi, Phil Peplinski here to make a video response for one of the videos we've recently seen where a couple of individuals were trying to show that Hapkido techniques don't work unless they're on a compliant person. And essentially what they did was, now first let me start off by saying this. I even tell my students, when it comes to a self-defense situation, the joint lock should not be your first thought process nor your first technique. You should be smacking them. We've got a lot of ways of dealing with things in self-defense. Learning Hapkido is the art of joint locking and body mechanics, with the basic intent and premise behind it that when you're in a ruckus or you're in a struggle or in a fight, something's going to potentially present itself to you. And when it does, you either know what to do with it or you don't. That's where the joint locks come into play. But my practical Hapkido has, we strike first, we kick first, everything's upstairs, elbows eat first, things that are effective and work. Now, in this tape that somebody provided, they did a one-hand lapel, and grab onto it, and turn this, rank it. He turned it up just like this, okay? Now we got like 9 or 13 one-hand lapel techniques, and they're all a bit different. Now, these guys showed that they're like, he's trying to turn it into an arm bar, and he's resisting. Well, if his hand's turned up like this, you're not going to an arm bar. The practical Hapkido has other ways of dealing. When this one's up like this, now I go here. When I trap this here and I swack this here, if I really want a joint lock, I'll just lock this right where it is. But the fact of the matter is, bam, I go here. Now I've got something else to deal with. I'm not going into an arm bar from that kind of a grab. It's ridiculous to try and crank this thing over. It's not going to happen. What they were doing is when it's a grab, it can be a grab here, but it's not really rolled all the way over like that where I can take, and on top of that, they were trying to do all this stuff here and roll this over. They're not utilizing their body. They were going in the wrong direction. Trap this puppy, core rotation, bang! Well, now I got it. Look, I've done these techniques. I have big bodybuilders that come in here and stuff like that when they're doing some of that. And they get kind of pissed off because I'll do some of these joint locks very slow, and man, it still puts them down. They're resisting, but I got to do things right. The other one they showed was from a cross wrist, where here's what the person demonstrated. He just brought his hand up around like this and grabbed and went into an arm bar. But then the guy resisted. And if you resist it. And if I just try and swing this up, that's not going to happen. But continue to resist it. When I step down to it here, I stand up, I turn my core rotation, I've got it. Mechanics. The other thing, let's switch places here. This hand has to touch this wrist right here. So I should be stepping in, but watch. Even if I just use this one finger here, it's going to work, but this wrist is screwed. Wrist touches. Once it touches, it's mine. It's mine. So one more time. The proper technique for dealing with this, and try it yourself.
Resist.
Find somebody big to resist. Fine. Resist. Can you stop me from doing this? You can't stop me from going to it. How strong are my legs compared to his arm? Resist. Oh shit, he didn't stop that either. How strong is he to my core rotation? Oh shit, didn't stop that either. And he's a strong guy. He may not be big and buffet, but trust me, he's a strong guy. But anyway, there are the little tidbits that I wanted to discuss on that particular situation and that approach. So, peace. Have a good day. Okay, one last second edit I needed to add to this video. I didn't mention it in the video. When you're doing an arm bar itself, don't use the palm of your hand on the arm to on the elbow to try and lock it out. Take this bone right here, the last few inches, the ulna bone, and then go just above their elbow, right here on this location here, and twitch and grind that elbow into that location right there while you're basing. Remember that.